Today, what we need to understand is object-oriented programming language. So, yesterday session we covered about programming language and how to actually write the program. Generally, we follow the steps like first we write the algorithm, and then we'll go with the flowchart, and then start writing the program. So, and also we discussed what is program. Program is nothing but translation of algorithm into computer language. Algorithm always will be in the human being languages, and program will be in the computer language, right? So, come back to object oriented programming language. So, there are in the computer languages, especially, there are three kinds of languages that also we discussed, right? First thing is structure oriented language, right? Second one is object oriented. Third one is aspect oriented, right? So we have already discussed that there are three types of programming languages are there. That means what? While we are translating or while we are writing the program, what kind of style we are using here will actually tell you whether you are using structure oriented or you are using object oriented or aspect oriented. So based on the writing, based on the way they actually developed the way, because each and every, even our human language is also having some categories, right? That kind of categories in our human being language is also there. Same way computer programming language also they classified into three types of programming. What are they? Structure oriented, object oriented, and aspect oriented. Now actually we wanted to learn Java. So Java is one of the object oriented programming language. There are so many object oriented programming languages are there, so we need to understand what is object oriented programming language. Then we'll come back to Java, specific to Java. Okay, fine. So now what is object oriented programming language? So object oriented programming language means each and everything we use in the programming language is object, so we should treat as that is an object. So each and everything whatever you use is an object. So everything is object in object oriented programming language. So in that case, what we need to understand? So we need to understand what is object. So this is the most important understanding we need to do. We need to understand what is object. If you know what is object, then only you will understand how the object has been used in any of the object word. This is not specific to only Java. This will go to JavaScript, TypeScript, whatever the scripting languages, whatever the computer language which is object oriented. This theory will be applicable there. So we are actually discussing here about object. Okay, not about Java or something else. Any computer language which is object oriented, this theory will be applicable there. So that is what is basic fundamental of programming language what we are talking here. So what is object? Again, I'm telling you what is object is not again any computer stuff or anything. We have to think about general stuff, general scenario. Okay, whatever the general thing, whatever the real time entity or real time things what we are thinking, that is the only thing is object. The same way we have to understand in the programming language also. That's where here we are just studying about real time things. Okay, so what is object? Object is a real time entity. This is the definition, and we need to understand this. What is real time entity means? Real time entity means only thing. If I can identify, then that is an object. That is object. I can treat that is an object. In the real time world, anything I can identify, then I can call that as an object. Simple definition. So if I can identify anything in my eyes or in my senses, whatever I'm having, right? With that, if I'm identifying anything in the world, that can treat it as an object. If I'm not able to identify with my senses, then I cannot treat it that as an object. Simple thing. That means what? I'm observing something in my table. I'm able to identify this is a mobile. Okay. How am I identifying? So with my senses, I can touch it, I can feel it, I can able to identify, right? But I can identify this is mobile only. Particularly, I'm able to identify it. I can able to recognize it, right? So, but something else, there are so many objects are there. How I can identify using only two things? First thing is physical properties. Second thing is behavioral or functional properties. So this is very important. So using these two properties only, I can able to identify an object in the world. Second thing is behavioral or functional properties. So this is very, very important. So using these properties only, using these two properties only, I can able to identify an object in the world. What are the properties? Physical properties and functional properties. Hey, whomever is online, please respond. Okay. If I'm asking a
Sir,
question,
yes,
you
sir.
guys need to respond. Okay. What are the properties are most important to identify any of the physical object? If I'm able to identify an object, I'm only considering two properties. What are they? I'm telling you again general things. I'm not talking about Java or I'm not talking about any of the technical things. Please understand that. So if I'm identifying it's a laptop, how I'm doing that? I can able to see the physical properties, like I can see the keyboard, I can see the screen, I can see something which is different from other. It is entirely different from mobile, right? It is not mobile phone, right? How I'm saying it is not mobile, it's only laptop. Mobile phone physical properties are different, the laptop physical properties are different. At the same time, my mobile phone functional properties are different, laptop functional properties means what? The work, the way the representing or the usage or everything is functional properties. Mobile phone is different, laptop is different. So whenever I'm talking about any one object, that's very important thing what we need to understand, right? So the moment I take an object, okay, we always consider physical property and functional property together. We cannot isolate physical property separately and functional property separately. This is most important. So the moment I identify an object, I wanted to identify an object means I have to consider physical and functional properties together. I cannot isolate them. You isolate functional properties separately, but both are entirely different thing in nature. Both are entirely different thing. Physical properties are not at all related to functional. I'm just taking one simple example in this case. Okay, taking a simple example, which is pen. You guys already know about pen, right? The moment I say pen, what all things in your mind coming? First thing, it can write, right? And also you are able to, what all things, please tell me what all things in your mind getting the moment I say, what all things are getting in your mind, please tell me. Refill, cap,
Cap.
body, grip, nib,
Type of color.
color, right? See, so many things you are getting. What are they actually? They are actually, the moment I say pen, in your mind, all these things are together coming and making one imagination, something like pen. Pen is looks like, pen will do that. Pen can have this. Okay, pen will have some things like pen, refill, cap, a grip, or something like that, right? And also internally there will be ink and color, and it can write. It can have grip. All these things, right? If you consider these all actually one of the physical properties and functional property together, right? So there is physical property, all these are physical properties, correct? Refill,
Yeah.
cap, body. Physical property means I can see, I can touch. They are the physically I can see. Again, they are all objects only, because a refill means what again? The separate object again, that is having physical property and functional property, nothing else, right? That different story anyway. So they are all physical property, and if you see here, it can write. If it is not able to write, then can we able to consider that is pen?
No,
Not,
sir.
nah. So if it is not able to write, it is not writing, it is not used for write. Okay, then will that be a pen? No, right? There are so many things are there which can only erase. Will that be a pen? That will be eraser maybe. That cannot be pen. We always think there will be two things for each and every object. So if this one is an object, okay, a pen is an object, okay. When it will be an object? When there will be physical and functional properties. So but physical and functional together. This is important. If both are together, then only it will become an object. Both are, it cannot be isolate anytime, even though they are different things. Physical property is a different thing, functional is a different, entirely different. Functional is writing, how we will say, it's a different logical thing. Writing is a logical thing. Physical properties are physical things, but we are treating both together. We cannot isolate them. If I wanted to identify anything, I cannot isolate physical and functional property. How magically we are actually identifying each and every object using those things only. If I'm not able to identify, then that is not an object. Correct. If I'm taking something in front of you which you cannot identify it, what is that? You don't know what is that, then that is not an object. We cannot consider that as an object. If you are able to identify, it may be a bigger object or smaller, that doesn't matter. A pen is a very smaller for you. A bench car is a very big for you, maybe. But that is also an object. Car is also object. However, say it is a car again. Again, you are considering physical and functional properties together. Physical and functional together. That's important. Together is important. Don't forget together. You are considering both together. Both I'm together I'm considering, then only it will become an object. If for example a car is there, okay, car will have what? Car will have wheels, car will have seats, car will have door, car might have engine.
Petrol tank.
And functional thing,
It can
car
move.
used for a drive.
And travel.
I can just go and for a travel, right? So if
Yeah.
I isolate them, like I'll isolate a tire separately, then will that become a car? There is no tires. Okay, I have something which is looks like car, but there is no tires. Will that be a car? No, right?
No.
Like that, physical and functional properties always together, then only we can make it as object. So you are getting it, right? That is most important thing. If you understand that, then only you will understand what is object. And this is, maybe it looks like a very normal natural thing. What we are talking here, object is naturally what is there in the object, right? Same thing is applied for programming language. So that is where we have to understand object properly here itself. Now I hope you understood, right? Okay. Now this is first thing is what is object, you understood now, right? Second thing is how to create object. This is most second important thing what we have to understand. Before going to the actual programming language, these all things are very, very important. So how to create may not be applicable in the general world. Manufacture will applicable, right? Create or manufacture, both are same, similar words only. How to manufacture a pen, that is the question. How I can manufacture a pen? I told you to manufacture, that means you create a pen and give it to me. While creating any object, there will be two steps. What are they? First thing is planning. So this is very most important thing, right? So whenever you manufacture, whenever you create anything, before that what you are doing, you are planning it. What and all the things is needed, how I need to do it, what I have to do. Everything what you are doing, you are planning it. First step what you do is planning. Second thing what you do, create it. You actually implement it. That's it. Plan, you are doing a plan first, then you implement. That's what is the two steps. While you are creating any of the object, that may be a small object or big object, doesn't matter again. So if it is a small object or big object, doesn't matter. First, what you need to do, you have to plan. Second, what you need to do, you should implement or process or create whatever you do. I'll just you wanted to make it as implement also, you do it, because generally plan will be implemented, right? Plan will execute or implement or whatever you call, whatever the understandable for you. That is the second step. Once you do that, then what will be that will become a object. Okay, you got these steps now. You know now how to create object. Now any doubts here? These are most important things you have to remember while we are learning Java as well. That's what I'm telling you. Why I'm telling you here? Whatever I'm telling you, all these things you remember, then only you will understand Java. Otherwise, no. Okay. You may think Java is different and this is different. No, nothing is different. Both are same only. How much understanding is again important. How much understanding? Simply if you understand also will be a problem while you are doing program. There will be how much depth you went while you are understanding about all this. These are very big theories. They are not simple things. Okay, fine. So you understood how to create object. Now you got what is object, right? and also you understood how to create object as well. These all things are general study of objects. We are just studying the objects. That's it, right? And this they are already available. We are not inventing it again. This is already there in the world. How they are doing, how we are using objects, all these things. We are just studying it again, right? We are not doing any new invention here. Okay, that's what you definitely you will understand all these things because these all are already existing things, right? So now we were wanted to understand one thing. You understood what is object, correct? So you know while we are creating object, what you need to do? You have to plan it, then you will implement it. So or you create, you can say it's you are creating the object. Then you need to understand one more thing. If you have a plan, for example, I have a plan now. I have one object plan. Okay. Okay. Now I have a object plan. Using that plan, I will create only one object or what? Can I create multiple objects using the plan? Same plan. I have a plan already. I have a plan of pen, or I have a plan of a building, or I have a plan of a car, full plan. So I can execute it. Once I execute the plan, I will create one object, correct? Can I execute again to create one more object? So in that case, what is going to happen? You should understand that this is study. I'm telling you, we are studying the objects. Okay, please carefully understand all these things. Same thing we are actually doing in any of the object-oriented programming languages, nothing else. Okay, please understand. So I have a plan. So using the plan, I have created one object. How many objects I created now? One object I created. Can I create one more object using the same plan? You can create one more object, right? Like this, I have created now 10 objects. Just consider like that. Okay. So I have created second, third, fourth, like that. 10 objects I have created. Okay. So same plan. Same plan means what? Whatever the physical properties and functional properties, all are same for all the objects. Correct? Correct or not? You should don't forget that plan means what? You are actually what and all physical properties I need to use. What and all functional properties I have to use. Everything you are planned together again. You are not again isolated it, right? So the same plan I have implemented for the first object means same physical property and functional properties are there. I'm just take an example here again. I have a plan of pen. Okay, this is a pen. Plan of pen. So the first object is first pen, right? Second object is second pen. Can I create like this 10 pens? I can create. So each and every pen is the same, right? Same physical properties and functional properties. You understood now? So in this case, first thing you understood. Once I have a plan, using that plan, I can create multiple objects. I can manufacture n number of objects. First thing. Second thing, they're all using same physical and functional properties. Correct? Same physical and functional properties in the sense, not like I am using this one pen. It is not like I used all the other pens, right? Even though they are same physical and functional properties, they are actually not same. They are actually created separately for them and given to them, assigned to them. Correct? That means here I have a pen and I'm using this pen for 100 pages. That refill is completed. The ink is completed. It is not something like this one first pen is completed means it is not something like the second pen also completed, right? Will that be completed like that? If this refill is gone, then the second automatically second pen also will go. No, that means what is happening here? All the physical and functional properties has been given separately, manufactured separately for each and every pen. This is most important thing. People will confuse here generally while we are writing programs. That means the moment you create one object, the object physical and functional looks like same only maybe. They're all same, but they're not same. They are separate. They are different. They are unique queue. What are they? They are unique queue because this object and that object both are unique queue. Each and every object is unique queue in the world. If they are same, then each and everything, whatever you perform on top of object will reflect in each and every object, right? If they are same, for example, I am here, my plan same, I have manufactured same, one more person is there somewhere. If I eat, that will be somebody the other person also will be they are hungry also gone or what? No, right? Like that. Each and every object is a separate actually. That's the most important. We are actually understanding the objects here. What again I'm telling you here, we are understanding the objects. In this case, I will going to give you one more example, which is building a house. Okay, I have a house plan. Okay, I have constructed a house using this plan in Bangalore. Okay, so the same plan I used in Chittoor also, and constructed one more building. So now each and every building is two different objects, right? Each and every building is object, right? From the plan, I created one object, right? Now I wanted to use building in Bangalore. I just used that object. That means I used this building in Bangalore. I went inside my bedroom and I slept. Will that be same like if I using my bedroom here in the Bangalore is something like the moment I used means I used in Chittoor also or what? All right.
It's
Why?
different because
The physical
object
properties are actually created separately. Bed is a physical property, right? Here also given one bed, there also given one bed. That means if I use this bed means that doesn't matter. That doesn't meaning something like I used in Chittoor also. That is separated, na? Different thing, right? That is what. The physical resources are given separately for each and every object. That's very important to understand. They may looks like same, but they are not same. They are unique. They are different. That we need to understand. Okay. One thing we understood, one plan we have, and using that plan, I can create n number of objects. The moment I create n number of objects, looks like same only because they are sharing the same plan. They are sharing the same plan so that it looks like same. Even the buildings, you constructed 10 buildings using the same plan, it looks like same only, right? But that doesn't matter, like they're all same, they're all different only. The physical and functional properties are given separately for them. Okay, that is very important to understand. Okay, so anything else you wanted? This is first and foremost thing we need to understand. While we are creating objects using the plan, always they will share the plan, but they are different. Each and every object is different. They share their own functional and physical property. They will have their own functional and physical properties. So physical and functional resources or properties are assigned or given or whatever, assigned separately for each and every object. This is most important statement. ఓకే, దీంట్లో ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి మీకు? ఫంక్షనల్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ఫిజికల్. నువ్వు ఫిజికల్వి చూడగలుగుతున్నావు అంతే, ఫంక్షనల్వి చూడలేవు, చూడడానికి వీల్లేదు, ఫంక్షనల్వి చూసేదానికి కాదు. ఓకే, సో యా, విత్ దిస్ టాపిక్ ఐ am actually stopping today's session. Okay,